6, 7, and we only got 1 minute before the show begins. Only got 1 minute. Let me share this with my friends. Only got 1 minute. Yeah, I know. You don't gotta tell me. Only got 1 minute before the show begins. Only got 1 minute. Late night. Um, Let me share this with my friends. Don't matter the time. All right? Don't matter the time. It's about where the stars align. You know what I'm saying? So, only got a couple seconds before the show begins. Only got a couple seconds. Let me share this with my friends. You know what I'm saying? It's another week. Foolies Fridays. So if you're watching this live, I appreciate you. It's nighttime, and what's really cool is because this is cool because I just didn't feel like doing Foolies Fridays this morning. Just being honest with you. And what's even cooler is that I remember an episode of Fresh Prince where it was him and he was on the Jay Leno show and he was trying to film celebrity houses at night, and so he got in trouble and Jay Leno, all the stuff, right? So I always think about this every time I do anything at night. I think about that episode of Fresh Prince. I don't know why. I just think about celebrity houses at night and how lame it was. But then I think about Foolies Fridays at night. This is delicious. So, what's popping with the population? It's your boy ATG, A Money, Nemo the Fishman, Neens, Dramatic, Nightcrawler, Nick Fury, Johnny Kablam, and all the other names that you call me. I'm here to help you focus on your mission, not your emotions. Not your emotions. Taking you over. So, today's topic. And it comes from the heart. I'm Alex, but they call me Nemo, and all other names, in case you didn't know. Do you have a toxic trait? And we haven't, where are we at? Do you have a toxic trait? You know what I'm saying? Do you? Because I think you do. And that toxic trait is very intriguing. You know why that toxic trait is intriguing? It's intriguing because every time you go after a goal or dream, right? Every time you go after something that's important to you career-wise, every time you go after something that would be deemed as meaningful, you talk yourself out of it. Every time you got an idea, a thought, something that's like, ooh, I really should do it, you never pull the trigger on it. Every time you start something, you just leave it alone. Now, this might not sound toxic. Or is it? Right? Is your actions toward your goals, toward your dreams, toward your passions, towards those things that drive you crazy, are you exhibiting toxic traits toward your own craft? Toward making yourself even better than you were yesterday or last week or last month? You, my friend, on the other side of the glass, you have this crazy, weird, toxic trait, and I just want you on the other side. I want you to cut it out. I want you to stop being toxic. I want you, every time you have an idea for a better life, that you stop talking yourself out of it. I want you to see those goals, whether they be fitness, whether they be monetary, whether they be to just continue your hobbies, your craft. I want you to stop finding excuses, stop finding reasons, stop finding you so smart, you stupid. And I say that respectfully because you so smart that you know all the reasons why something can't work. You know all the reasons why things don't make sense. You know all the reasons why if you were to take this jump or this leap or you did the next big thing on your mind and your heart, that it just wouldn't work. You just so smart. You done crunched the data, the numbers, the figures, and you done told everybody how something couldn't work. But if you were so smart, why couldn't you do the opposite? If you were so smart and so brilliant, because you are, You got college degrees, you got certificates, you've been in certain industries for 5 years, 10 years, 15 years. There's certain things that only you can talk about. There's days at work where if you're not there, the whole company falls apart. You know who you are. But these toxic traits that you have will literally talk you out of becoming the manager, even though you're doing just as much work as the managers. Your toxic trait will literally say, you know what? I do have this cool idea for a nonprofit. I got this really dope thing I want to do on YouTube, but I'm not going to do it because I don't have the time. Where am I going to do that? Who is going to watch me? Who is going to pay attention to what I'm doing? Nobody cares. I'm not important. I'm not a celebrity. I'm not famous. Why does my thoughts matter? This is your toxic trait. Talking yourself out of your greatness. Now, I get it. We in a whole panoramic, right? I'm not telling you to grind and work hard and lose sleep. I'm not telling you any of that. I want you to listen because I try my best to be understanding in the space that we're in. But you keep talking yourself out of your greatness. Just spend 10, 15 minutes on your dream. That's it. 10, 15 minute goal. 20 minutes on your dream, on your craft, on that thing that you love. You give other things 20 minutes. You give people who don't matter 20 minutes. You are a mentor and a mediator, and you running across town to help everybody else. Every time something fails, you there. Every time somebody falls, you're there to catch them. But who is catching you? Who's catching you? You there for everybody else, but who is catching you? This is your toxic trait. You trying to save everybody else, but you neglect yourself. Why? Why? You got things you want to do too. You got ideas that excite you too. You got a life you want to lead to. But every time it comes around for you to focus on yourself, for you to get in your bag, you can't even say me season with a straight face. You can't even be selfish in a good way. You ain't got the muscle. You ain't got the heart. And blessings to you. But your toxic trait is hurting you. And your toxic trait is hurting the people around you as well. Because everybody wants to talk about being toxic, right? Everybody want to throw this word around. What about reflecting on your own toxic trait of talking yourself? You got a magazine on your heart. You got a book that you need to write. You got goals, legitimate goals that can help other people get out of their crap. And you still doubting yourself. And everybody else around you is like, no, girl, you could do it. Bruh, you got it. Man, get started. And you're still looking at everybody else like, who are they talking to? We talking to you. You. The one with the gifts and the talents and these, there's just something about you where things just make sense when your presence is felt. You're supposed to be in this room and you shrinking in a corner. You hiding on the side. You trying to play the backup dancer. You supposed to be leading. You supposed to be leading this. But you on the sideline. This is your toxic trait. And I want you, as we move into the new year, I want you to cut it out. I want you to start believing in yourself as much as you believe in everybody else. You support everybody else. You uplift everybody else. You are the right hand for everybody else. Who gonna catch you when you fall? And you can't think of a single person. And that's you. That's your fault. Because you don't let people serve you. That's your other toxic trait. You don't let nobody serve you. Every time somebody serves you, you brush them off. You push them away. You say, I don't need it. People try to help you. You say, I'm good. I got it. I'm straight. I'm fine. You're not fine. You not fine. You are in the trenches. You are struggling with a K. Struggling. But all you do with your toxic self is say, no, I'm fine, I'm good. I'm all right. No, don't worry about me. You know, I'm just here for you. But nobody knows the troubles you've seen, right? Nobody knows how you cry in the dark. Nobody knows all the stress you go through. Nobody knows that you're tired. Nobody knows that you want to give up. Nobody. Because you know why? You toxic. And you don't give yourself enough credit. You don't even highlight yourself. You probably did something great last week, last month, last year, today. You so toxic, you don't even highlight yourself. How about that? You so toxic, you don't even praise your own dopeness. For a second, is it so hard to be like, you know what? I did a good job today. You don't got to brag. You ain't got to be on social telling everybody. But today, man, I did so good today. I didn't punch homie in the mouth. I got through traffic. I ain't cursed nobody out. I got all my tasks done on a Friday. Yo, I'm actually killing it. I'm going up in my craft. I was at the bottom floor when I started 5 years ago, 7 years ago, 10 years ago, 12 years ago. Now I'm at the top. I done got other people hired. I'm working now. Where a couple years back you were homeless. You haven't even sat to think about where you were. What's up, dog? You toxic. And you need to cut it out. So many people admire you. So many people look up to you. And all you do is put yourself down all day. Some of y'all put yourself down all day. Let anybody compliment you. I'm not good enough. No, that ain't no. You know what I'm saying? I'm just something I do. Oh, just being me. What are you talking about? You are stressful. (2022), here's what we gonna do. We gonna stop being toxic to ourselves. That's the hack. That's the gem. That's what, when we giving what it's supposed to give. How about you give yourself some love? How about you honor yourself? How about you respect yourself? How about you hype yourself up sometimes? How about you look into the mirror and just be like, wow, bro, you've come so far. Wow, sis, look at you. Take some time and admire yourself and all that you've been through that nobody knows about. You know why? Because you toxic and you don't tell nobody nothing. You are air for everybody else. Who listening to your problems? Who listening to you stress? Stop with this stupid quote of, I would share, but, nobody cares anyways. I've heard people say that. I would, I asked somebody how they doing today. Man, I'm good, man. I would say otherwise, but ain't nobody gonna care. Stop it. That's toxic too. Stop paying attention to all these people on social media. Because it's your fault. Because you scrolling on your timeline and you sitting there double tapping and consuming and liking everybody else stuff when you know you should be doing something too. Once again, we in a pandemic, I get it. I ain't telling you to do nothing crazy. What I'm just saying is, I just want you to care about yourself too. I want you to love on yourself too. I want you to value yourself too. I want you to know you are so important. Listen, you are so important. So important, so valuable, so needed.
but you won't take a couple seconds to realize it. So stop sleeping on you in 2022. Stop sleeping on yourself, man. You frustrating. Stop sleeping on you in 2022. All the toxicity, just let it out. Just say, Alex, you all right. Nemo, ATG, A Money, Nick Fury, you got me. You figured me out. All this time, you right. I've been hella toxic. And today is the day where I cut it out. And I'm gonna move forward, honoring myself, honoring what I can do, honoring my gifts, respecting where I am, being patient with where I am. Your toxic trait is that you're not patient with where you are. And then some of y'all too patient and ain't going after that thing that you're supposed to be going after. But that is all I have, because I'll be here all night. Easily. And this ain't just for y'all, this for me too. Because I, what is it? The Hair Club quote? Not only am I the, not only do I use the product, I'm the president. I'm the president of the Toxic Club. Because I do all the same stuff. But I need my own reminders, and so do you. So all the toxic traits that you possess, all the things that you be sitting on that you know you should be doing, all the love that you don't give yourself, here's your reminder. Here's your freedom. Here's your permission slip. I remember having a permission slip back in high school. And when I had this slip, I was powerful. I could walk the hallways, and if a security guard stopped me, I got my slip. Right? You know what I'm saying? Like, it was cool. You couldn't touch me with the permission slip. And then if the security guards were smart, they said, let me see that slip. Because sometimes I wrote my own. And they would have today's date and the time. And they'd be like, they'd shove it back at me. But today, I'm giving you your permission slip of greatness to walk in it, to appreciate it, to accept it, to love on it. And you get that, you now have permission to move freely and do exactly what it is you were divinely designed to do. That is the message. Y'all have a good night. I love y'all incredibly. It's not about me, it's about God. Holla at your boy.